Okay, we have here Miss Dorthula Gibson, and I must say, you meet a lot of people in life. I think I shared this with you before, but a few people leave an impression. Okay, and as a client, from the first moment we met, you you definitely left an impression, and it wasn't just me. It was whenever I even spoke with my Chase representative, Michael. You remember Michael? Michael
Yes.
and Michael never picks up the phone and calls me. He's always so busy. Okay, he always just texts. Michael's
You're
so
joking.
Michael's always so busy, but Michael called me and he said, "Man, I even checked in on you, and hey, how's Dorthula doing?" And so let me introduce everybody to Miss Dorthula Gibson, an amazing client, somebody that I've had the pleasure to definitely work with. As we always say, our goal is to help our clients reach their goal. She came to me from our referral partner, Mr. Israel Duran, a great gentleman. He works with people, helping them achieve their purpose in life. So, Ms. Dorthula, I'm going to give it up to you to share a few words with whoever is watching, your name, who you are, and actually tell us a little bit about your business as well.
Oh wow. This is, you know, over the door there. Well, hello everyone. It's an honor, a privilege to be here. A blessing I cannot think of. I tell my husband all the time about Brian. I said he's our adopted son. He don't know that. But like you said, my name is Dorothy. I'm a business owner, blessed with my business say the neighbor market is the number four. Well, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
that has the testimony myself. But what I love to do, and God has entrusted me to do right by His people, helping them to turn their health around for the better. And so, if I have one person, that I feel like I've done my job, because there's so many people out. And the main thing that they talk about is that if they, in reference to their health, is that number one, they don't have time.
Mhm.
They don't have time and they don't have money. And that's not true. And so what I do as coach now is to, and when I say this to them, well, if you don't make the time now, you probably won't have a choice later.
Mhm.
You get that?
Absolutely, I like
The
that.
time now.
Absolutely, I like it. You definitely
Right
wouldn't have.
now,
Yeah.
have the choice. But a lot of people,
If you don't have the
yes,
time now, you will not have a choice later.
yes,
Powerful. Okay.
yes. And my goal is to help us to prevent that,
Hmm.
to help them teach, coach them, and teach them that the key is prevention.
Hmm.
You don't want to wait until you have problems.
Hmm.
Now take ownership over your own health. We praise God for the doctors, the medication, but if we don't absolutely have to go that way, why? Why should we? Because we make the time for everything else. But when it comes to our health, we make that is such an inconvenience to tell this body is not working right the way it's supposed to. Then we say, all of a sudden, this happens. Like, nothing with your health is all of a sudden.
Hmm.
It's day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, doing what you're not supposed to.
How did you get into this path, and how long have you been doing this?
Okay, if anybody had told me right that I would be doing this, no way. That's why I know that it's from God because I used to be one of the worst person. This is why I can testify. If God could change me, He can change it.
Hmm.
I used to be one of the worst person when it came to my health. I
I
was
don't
a
believe it.
soda addiction. I was addicted to soda,
Uh-huh.
addicted to
I
chocolate.
cannot see you with a Coke bottle. I don't believe it. I don't. Dr.
This is
Pepper. No,
how addicted I was. I popped the can first thing in the morning. I popped the can
I cannot
last thing
believe
at
it.
night. Yes.
I
And
cannot believe it.
my husband is the shopper in the house, grocery and stuff. So that
Uh-huh.
he would go to the grocery store and then come back with my soda. That it could not be nothing under six. Anything. Yeah. You know how I don't know if you still do. You get the case. That's what he
Yeah,
would come.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I
Wow.
was addicted to sugar, and the thing about it is I thought I was doing myself a favor by drinking the Diet Pepsi. Oh, Diet Pepsi. I'm drinking Diet
It's
Pepsi.
even worse.
It's even the worst.
Yeah.
It has even more sugar than a
Mm-hmm.
regular.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Gotcha.
and unfortunately, all of that, and I was thinking, nothing can touch me for the most part. My weight was pretty, so, that stinking thinking again, and nothing can touch me. And so, but eventually it all started catching up. I was having a couple of medical problems, and it wasn't anything that, when I look back now, I didn't have to have those surgeries. One of the surgery, I made up my mind. It was my choice. Didn't pray about it, nothing. Told my husband, didn't really have an agreement. That's how, that's how it is back there. Um, Make up my mind, no more children. And when I had the surgery for that, um, they were saying, oh, yeah, you can do it right after you have the baby, no problem. Only 2% of people that fail, that have problems. I went, you'll be out in no time. Well, fortunately, I was in that 2%. They almost lost me. I almost died with
Do
operation.
you think that was a sign? Especially since you didn't consult your husband. Come on now.
Well, and then when you're living a life, of God, but there's no relationship.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of decisions
Gotcha.
you're thinking. You got a picture of the bird, on the shelf when I need to. Right
Yeah.
now, I want to make this decision.
Yeah.
God was nowhere in it in the price I paid.
So how long?
I,
So how long have you been clean as far as eating and living clean from that? From that.
well, I guess a good 20 years. 20 years, going 20, 25. Yeah.
And you see, and she looks 20. Look at her. Like she looks 20. When I'm not, I'm sorry. I know you're not supposed to be asking a lady how. I'm gonna say this. How young are you? If you can share with the audience, I'm not
What
saying.
is that? This is why he's my son. This is why he's our youngest. And I have absolutely, I'm trying to be home with God is what I have absolutely no problem with telling that. It's part of my testimony.
Okay.
Okay? And I like to put it this way, I'm aging gracefully.
Absolutely. You definitely are.
Okay?
You
So
definitely are.
I'm at the graceful age of 67. So,
Almost,
yes.
almost 70. Knocking on 70.
Well, you put it very nicely. One of my grandbabies, when she asked me how old I was, and I told her, she said, Granny, you're almost 100.
What?
She started doing math. She's only 6. She started doing math. She said, Granny, you're almost close to 100 years old.
And she's
Yeah.
been and
Yeah.
I don't mean to be personal again, but I got it. This is another part of your testimony. You've been married for how long again? You got to share with the audience.
46 years.
46 years. Okay, and I remember, even when I was young, there's always that dream of meeting that high school sweetheart, and just because we've seen the Disney movies, and then you get into,
You're older.
and for you to be blessed with that, because for 46 years, your husband knows everything, everything about you.
Because I met my husband, we met in high school. High school.
See? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm so thankful even during the time that my husband and I wasn't living a life with the Lord. He's been out there thinking about things, the world, and but I'm so thankful that even back then he had his hands on us because people were saying, and we talked about this, what the world expects for you.
Hmm.
People were saying, "Oh, don't get married. You're too young." They were telling us, "Don't get married too young. See other people first. Have some fun. Because if you get married now out of high school, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna have a divorce, and you need to meet other people first to make sure." Well, those same people that was telling us.
Going on their third or fourth divorce. Of course. Let me ask you this though. Was there an ounce of regret sometimes during like, oh, maybe I should have? Because all relationships are difficult, challenging, I should say. I shouldn't use the word.
Exactly.
I shouldn't use the word difficult.
No, now I'm gonna say with marriage that you seek, that you go through things. Ours was not one that simply it's just his life, okay? But as far as me saying he wasn't the one, never. Before I even graduated from high school, on my notebooks, I used to put Mrs. Denzel Pearson.
I made a video today. You got to go check it out. I was reacting to Alex Hamosi. He's one of my business coaches. But one of the things that he talks about how in life we have to make trades. Because we all want the same thing. You want a successful business, you want a family, but you can't have it all. Sometimes you have to make, certain trades. And he was giving himself as an example. He decided not to have kids with his partner. And because he wanted to focus on his business, and he's grew a very crazy business, and eventually right now he's in a position where he can have that choice to do that. But I looked at myself, and we tend to kind of compare. I compare myself with him. As you see, as men, we compare each other and this, and there's no way. I got 3 kids. We're not even in the same league, and I can't really compare myself with him. And one of the other things that he talked about is, as he was reflecting on his relationship and he was judging how relationships are now, where we come in with high expectations, low commitment. And he was sharing about how he came into his relationship with high commitment, low expectations, and the commitment was up here. There was, this is it, this is where we are, and that commitment, but very low expectations. But we come into this relationship, we want, especially some women that you date these days, they want that 666. They want somebody that's 6 foot, that's making 6-figure income, that has a 6-pack, that doesn't have any kids, that doesn't, and you want all of these things, but what type of, that man doesn't even have time to really be there at home because he's running this $1 million business. What trades are you willing to make with your life? But one of the most important things that I got from that, as I reflect on your relationship, is it was definitely high on the commitment side. When you constantly share experiences and you talk about your husband, I saw the pictures, by the way. A great man. I saw the pictures. But definitely I can see how you guys were very much so committed, and you were on the same page as it pertains to that commitment. Because that's one of the issues usually these days with relationships is people don't have that commitment, but definitely the expectations are there.
And I'm in total agreement. And everything that you just said, all of those are the wrong reason for marriage.
Yeah.
Because all of those things come and go.
Yeah.
And what about once they're gone, then what?
Yeah.
Because houses, money, career, the great possibility, and me and my husband experienced all of it. There was a time, the season, there wasn't no money. Barely paid rent.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, but we made up our mind, thinking then we were gonna be there for them. Not only that, one of the, people ask me now, not in the beginning, they said, what is your secret? It's Jesus. And I'm not trying to sound super spiritual. It's James and Darthula cannot take the credit.
Yeah.
And it was not that's up to James and Darthula, we would not have this 46 years.
That sounds crazy. 46 years.
But the thing about it is that one word you never
blessed.
said to each other, and this is the honest to God truth. One word my husband and I never confessed, no matter how much food we eat. All right? We never said the word divorce or ease. Because what comes out of this mouth
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and what's is out there is out. And like I told you before, we have to be so mindful of what we say. And because the words of your mouth will come back, especially if it's negativity that does not line up with the word of God or what God said you are, what you're supposed to have in your marriage, any area of your life, it comes back as your future. Knock, knock. You remember me?
Yeah.
And then it reminds you of the words that you said. Well, here I am, your future.
Yeah. We speak it into reality. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys can see how much of a blessing she is. Okay, already. How was your overall experience working with us, the funding process? Because you came to me, of course, you needed some funding, and you had a very unique file. You can share as much as you want to share, but express how was your overall experience?
I know that you were a divine connection, and God used Israel to do that, just like he's a divine connection as well.
Mhm.
Because when I came to you, I was this close of telling my Lord, I threw my hands up. Oh, but that's how God is. Most of the time, that's what He wants us to do.
Mm-hmm.
And say, Dracula, I can't do this.
Uh-huh.
If this is what you want to do, you have to connect me, send me. I don't want coincidence or accidents anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Of dealing with people. I know your word said you do divine connection. I want it to be your will, your plan, and your purpose for this.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how it happened, because Israel got the word back that everything, and hopefully this will help somebody, because everything was coming decline.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and part of it is because I'm thinking about my little mind went back in 2008 when God told me to walk off my job. That's another testimony.
Mm-hmm.
He told me to walk off my job, and I was getting my what do you call it?
Resignation.
Resignation.
Yeah.
And I was getting ready. That's the thing to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I heard him spoke. There's no need for resignation. I'm not becoming back. Okay. And I could not believe. I said, Lord, my husband and I at that time was up to our neck in bills. Finances. My husband, that's one time he said, what are you doing? Do you realize? Well, and I said, babe, and I know a lot will expect you to understand this. God told me that this was probably be a little bit before your heart line up with my heart, because with marriages, and it's of God. God is not of a division.
Mm-hmm.
So He's going to bring it together for you to line up. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But that situation,
Mm-hmm.
and I just kept praying and said, Lord, you deal with them. But anyway, so I had to work outside the home since 2000. And so my goal is like, okay, Lord, can we show my husband and I how to get out of this? And we did. I said, I will never use a credit card again. I was a credit card person. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it was to the limit, everything I had, to the limit. And so, kind of married now. I did. And I vowed and I kept my word. I haven't, like I told you, I had to use a credit card. The hotel at the time. And you saw
I saw your report, and there was nothing there. There was nothing there. It was a complete clean report, and that's the reason we were getting denied.
And so it was so because the devil was fighting me. And then it was also I was going one direction when I worked, job outside. My husband was elementary. We were just ready to get the kids situated in college and stuff. And it was like, it was God, and I was praying and asking God to save my household. Things wasn't right. We, as otherwise, to relate to this, we know when things not right now. And so that's why he told me, he said, something has to give. Somebody need to be in position to make the change to turn the household around.
Mm.
And he said, you're going to be that somebody. And so that was part of me walking off my job. And because if I did right, again, you go through season with your marriage when things are not doing good. If I didn't, I may not be sane and praising God for 46 years.
I shared with you, if you look at your phone, I just shared with you a video. There's this couple on YouTube.
Okay.
You have to watch this. Let me
You
see.
have to watch it now.
No, not now. No. You can watch that thing later. But this is them. I just shared with you this video. She reminds me a lot of you.
Really? Okay.
That means
How many years?
51 years.
Ooh.
They've been married 51 years. She reminds me of you, Miss Doctor. Even when you said like you quit your job, her husband was the breadwinner, and he was working corporate, and he decided to quit his job to start pastoring. And she tells this story about how his husband. She said, "I was married him. She was a stay-at-home husband. She said, I love shopping. You know, so he was making like $150,000 or something in like the 80s. You know, say I used to use his credit card every day, and then he want to come home and said the Lord told him to pastor." She said, I told him you better go talk to him again.
She's saying the same words about us. He said to you.
Yeah.
You really better get it and make sure you don't listen to us.
That's why that reminded me of that. You gotta watch that. Really amazing couple. Amazing couple. They're 51 years. And I was just gonna say, you need to start a YouTube channel. You know, you're very inspiring with you know, just me talking to you. Every time we schedule a meeting, we're on the phone for like an hour or two or whatever we talk about. We're gonna talk. You're very inspiring. You have a very pure, clean heart, you know, just spirit. You know, even when I started working with you, one thing that you shared with me, because there's a lot of scammers out there that, you know, people sometimes lie to get their money. You told me, Brian, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. I remember you said, I'm not gonna lie about my income. I'm not gonna do anything, you know, to the degree. I think one of the banks, and I think it was my fault, the name of your business has a 4 on there.
Right.
And the bank forgot to put the 4 on the card. Right. And even you called the bank and they said it was okay, just use it, we'll just change it. And you said, nope.
It's not, you know, by law when I think about it.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons, it's not necessarily, it's because who dwells in me, which is the Lord Jesus the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
And I'm accountable for everything. And I'm living and I'm representing and I'm an example.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and how can I say and believe for people to do the right thing in their life?
Yeah.
And because it's the little thing, right, that the enemy, the devil, is counting on
to get in.
For us to think it's no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's all he needs is a toehold to get a stronghold, and then he, you know, the toehold, foothold, then he has to strong. That's all he needs. He doesn't need much. So and when I say, and one of the things I so respect about Israel and how he is very bold about his faith. And one of the things he always says that he feared God. And that's not to the what I'm saying is I'm afraid of him. That's
Mm-hmm.
not
No, I understand.
The consequences of the choices of we as people make. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to blame him when it's not going right, and we made a choice. Because we think it's no big deal. But yeah, when that was the number four, I remember when I registered my business for this, it said, Mrs. Gibson, if you don't have, and you've been approved with your LLC, it's for Abundant Health LLC. If it's not like that on all of your documentation, is illegal.
Mhm.
And that's stuck in my mind.
Yeah, yeah, I got you, and I love it. So definitely was challenging to work with, but I loved your spirit. My banking contacts loved working with you, as I shared, and they went and pulled some strings to make this work for us. You know, even after. So I mean, did we able to get you funded?
Yes, you did. I mean, I was like, this work. I was a praying woman. I was on my knees. I said, Lord, you work through Brian. You showed him things that he don't even realize he has.
That's awesome.
And that's exactly what you did.
Yeah.
And you were so supportive.
Yeah.
You know, because you know what I changed. I was this gross,
Yeah.
right? But then now, when you were telling me, Mr. Ability, I don't see a problem. I'm saying to myself, there was some doubt there. I had to relieve those doubts.
Mhm.
And you were so patient with me. Every question that I asked, you didn't never once belittle me or make me feel, uncomfortable or make me feel like, hey, I have to do it right there. If you got the least feeling that I didn't feel comfortable, you would have easily got backed up. And you respected me as a client in that way. So, because right is not enough for us as client to just have your super intelligent Aussie skills,
Mhm.
but we need your customer service as well.
Absolutely.
And you, from beginning to end, even up to this point,
Mhm.
it treated me with the utmost,
Absolutely.
not like someone in your computer with a number.
Yeah.
You treated me like a person.
Yeah.
And that's why I know for me, when I get that cut, I had to treat you. I'm loyal.
And that's the reason I started this business, and I actually, I train people. I don't know if you knew, but I train people how to get into this business. And I do. I got a Broker Solutions Academy. And one of the things that I share with people is there's such a huge opportunity for us to serve people because there's a disconnect. It used to be before we went to the bank and you would sit there with somebody that listened to you, that looked at you like a human being, But now they just send you, hey, fill out that, go click the link, and then you get a letter in the mail. So it opens up the door for clients like yourself, where and many clients. This is the same treatment that I give with anybody. I sit there and I listen to them. Even my approach when it pertains to funding, I look at all your different options and I educate you about what your options are, and I empower you to make your decision. You have to pay that loan back. I don't have to, so
A lot of people don't think that a lot of people that you work with in this area,
Mhm.
all they're looking at is that what they're going to get from it.
Absolutely, yeah,
See, and so that's what impressed me with the work that you do with God's people, and God is going to honor that.
yeah.
No, you're doing the right thing.
He already has. He already has with our relationship. You've touched me in so many different ways with some of the different things that we've spoken about. So he definitely already has. Now you're sharing that you almost gave up. So how is this funding, which you shared a little bit already, but if you can kind of expand on how's the funding impacted your business? As far as the
Oh
funding.
my God. Because I've also had this big mind frame that because I was so unfair and afraid of making more bills, and so I could have really been much further in my program. I mean, in my business, if I didn't have this thing.
Mhm.
And when I look back, I had to go back and ask the Lord for forgiveness since I see myself. I was so close minded in that area where I me really hear from God. But I look back, if I had allowed myself to hear from God in that area and trust Him, I think I would have been with too much freaking and, because I started my business in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing was I was not going to get a business loan.
Mm-hmm.
If I couldn't pay cash for it, put it on layaway,
Mm-hmm.
then I wasn't going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, a lot of places don't do layaway,
Mm-hmm.
but not even Walmart anymore. But anyway, back in 2020, like year with real my husband, I know there's some still going on the military base. And yes, and stuff, they used to give you layaway and stuff. So a lot of my technology or whatever thing, I would kind of put it on layaway. How I would get it back then, how I was doing my business, my social security.
Mm-hmm.
That's whatever. I would do my tithes and offering. Um, do my tithes and offering, and whatever comes out from it, for taxes and what I have left. That's what I work with. Which was not very much. But even then, I see God was gracing me. He's not just telling grace. Because if anybody would tell me I will have my website. Have you been to my website?
Yeah. Yeah. Or do you have? Do you have a different one? Because
No.
okay. Yeah.
No, you've been to it.
Yeah, I've been to it. Yeah. I like it. It's straight to the point.
If anybody can tell me that I will have my own website and it's paid for it, and so I didn't go into debt for it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. Even if I
real quick, mention your website so anybody wants to visit your website can go there. What's the website?
ForAbundantHealth.com.
ForAbundantHealth.com. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
But even back then, he was showing me grace and mercy, and that's what I was doing, Brian. That's how I'm surviving. Like Israel say.
Mm-hmm.
Israel said that, and I've learned from you, and I've learned from Israel. And it was a wake up call, Dorfilla. And I'm not saying that in class Israel saying Dorfilla, but I have to say that to wake myself up. Dorfilla, there's such thing as bad investment in goodness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I wasn't, because I had in my little life.
It's all bad.
All that was bad.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
You and Israel, God, you both help me see the Bible that now is not going to take me another 20, 10 years.
Oh, no.
What God was sweeter too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so since with you, and you exposed me to people that really are looking for people as far as small vendors, the banks and stuff. Because I heard a couple of banks said to me, we are looking for candidates just for business. So this is what we have, a special program just for that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear that from all of those other banks that I was invited.
Mm-hmm. They did not direct you to the right program because they don't. Some of the people that work at the banks don't even know the programs that they have inside the banks. So that,
are you for real?
Yes, that's usually the main problem. They most people, they ask for a business loan, they will go in and they will probably give them an SBA application or something like that. They don't take into account all these other factors. They got to look into where this person is at. The stage that you're in, your credit, and all these other things. But there's plenty of options, for all different types of businesses. Regardless of what your situation is. Like I said, we're able to, you got those denials, but we're still able to turn things around and still get you funded. And majority of the lines of credit you received, I think, had the 0%. And we were actually able to get you a real line of credit. I think with Thrivent, which wasn't a credit card. It was real money.
Yes, it was cash.
You can do whatever you want to do with it. So, but a lot of people are just not, they don't know.
I've learned so much, and I'm going to share. And yes, that's, I already have an access spreadsheet, but you will be the top that I refer to with, with people.
Absolutely.
Because I would want somebody to have to go through what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because of my ignorance.
Yeah.
I'm not being open
Yeah.
learn
Hmm.
better about my finances.
Yeah.
You have definitely did that for me. You you didn't just, tell me to get loans approved, you educated. So
Yeah.
that's something.
Absolutely. And I think that that's such a missing piece. And I preach that to my students. You must educate your borrowers on their funding programs because nobody they don't read. When you go out there to the store and you get a Best Buy credit card, you're not gonna sit there and read that stuff. We just sign, because we
Right.
focused on the immediate gratification and small business owners. This is the number one way small business owners get in trouble is the wrong type of funding, how they borrow money, how they structure their businesses. So yes, with every single one of my clients, we sit there and we talk about what their options are. We evaluate all the options, and I empower them to make their decision. This is what this is. This is what the estimated monthly payment is going to be, and if you can live with this, and even us, we got to that point where I say, Dorthula, let me know if you're going to be comfortable with this moving forward. I don't want you to borrow more than you need. Even though I get paid the more you borrow.
But the thing about it, that so blessed me, and you did it in a way, and you assist me in a way with your services where, like you said, you met me right where I was.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I know I was one of those unique and challenging clients.
Very much so. Very much
But
so.
that's and that area reminded me of me. That's what I do with my clients is I'm open to meet them right where they are because even though it's about health, what necessary is working for Dorflula may not necessarily work for them, and they may not. And of course, most of the time they're not where I am. So I have to meet
Absolutely.
them right where.
They
So that's
haven't
what they
gone
did
from
for me.
they haven't gone from the Coke to the Diet Coke to
Right.
no Coke.
Yeah.
No, they might be still
And
drinking regular Coke.
over 25 years of living this lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had to go to certain art forgot to wake me up. What are you doing? This body, that I would trust. What is
Yeah.
it gonna take? So little behold, he said, and then after that, when I was getting really sick, it's been bad. And I was in the hospital. It wasn't, I didn't practically die on the Friday. I was in a lot of pain. And so I woke up in the hospital and my husband was home with the children and he was bad. And I was in so much pain and I said, Lord, how did I, you know? And I said, I'm in so much pain and I didn't get no sleep last night. The nurses didn't really come and check on me. I said, I don't want to ever be in this position again. And
Yeah.
I kid you not, Brian, I said a little prayer right then. I said, Lord, if you get me out of this position, I will do whatever you want me to do.
Yeah.
And taking better care of myself. And so that's where my journey started. It was
Let-
a process.
Let me ask you this: did your walk with Christ start before the change as far as your diet, or which
Yes.
one? Okay.
Yes. And that's
So what happened? Why were you neglecting that your body is a temple of to God?
I know I didn't have the revelation. I did not have the revelation. But it is when we give our let's speak for God. When you give your life to the Lord, it's a process with everything. Because the goal is I'm to the point now where I can honestly say I surrender my every in all areas of my life. It's part of my prayer every day. It wasn't like that back in the beginning. I was still thinking this is why I could relate to you. Because I was one of those.
That's that's super powerful right there.
I wanted to pick and choose what I wanted to get to. Okay? It was on my terms.
That is
Pride
super
is still
powerful.
stubborn, still want to do it my way. But I love the Lord. But still on my terms. But in spite of my foolishness with that relationship with that, He still showed me grace and mercy. So this is what I tell God's people. I praise God that He's God and we are not, because we've been a lot of trouble. We would be in a lot of trouble. He surrendered and takes us. He's just like we are. And because I've been living the life with Him now for over 31 years, and that be that I've mastered it? No, no. And I never will.
Yeah.
I never will, Brian, because guess what? He's God and He's new every day. If I have an open mind, I can still learn so much. If I didn't, I wouldn't be able to meet you. He wouldn't connect with you. And I wouldn't have been ready for you. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. Especially that I think it's some of us, especially me, we've had this conversation before. I think there's this fear of thinking that we have to come in so perfect, that we have to give everything. So, you give myself hope, because I don't know. We can do that outside the video, okay? we can do that one outside the video, okay? What?
Everybody knows that God don't expect us to go and try to get ourselves together. It's not our job. He wants us to come just as we
come as you are. He says that.
He loves us just exactly, no matter what situation, what we're in. He wants us to come. This is the way we come. Because we cannot clean up our mess.
Gotcha.
We can't clean up our mess, right?
Any final thoughts? Anything that you want to share about your experience? Would you recommend Pennington Consulting Group or anybody working with us in need of funding?
Both hands. Yes. Most definitely.
Yeah.
As far as anything. Bible guys says my raid, yes. My white picture is still just a tap away in my phone.
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely, because it was right, and you made it like I shouldn't be fear about money and finances. You taught me in such a way, God used you in such a way that fear that I had.
Yeah.
And there's all kind of freedom where you believe to be set free, right? Because the money does not belong to us anyway. It's God's money. He just has to trust in us, right? To do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not like on a hedge of like, just, that feeling. I can't even explain that feeling I had about financing. And when I wanted to do something with a business and I would close the door, no, too much zeros behind it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You're moving in fear.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're moving in fear.
And I wasn't moving anywhere in my business.
Yeah.
Because what you did in helping me, and I was able to invest into my business. I have what I've been listening to that I was missing in my business, which Israel has presented to me. The strategy of the plan. It's not just enough for me to know about health, but I have to go out the marketing and
the execution.
And all this and how to present myself to get out there. At least, Grace, you see your voice out there, talk to her. How to be on stage. Oh God, the fact of being on stage. Oh, I know this is God. To get me to come out of my comfort zone that much. And for me to go, it was too much just to go to Austin to go to event. But for God
Connecticut.
to take me out of my comfort zone to go to Connecticut, to Israel.
During winter?
Yes.
From Texas?
Help me now. And not just he loved me enough to open the door where my husband going as well.
Yeah.
That's the way God does it. When he do it, he takes the full package. When you just let go and trust God and say, Lord, send the people. I need help. Yeah. And he did just that.
He did. He did. And I share with with the business owners and also my students as well. It takes passion plus execution to get you the results. You're definitely,
Yes.
you're the definition of passion. You're definitely passionate about helping people. It oozes out. You definitely walk in Christ's footsteps for real. Okay, and
And I
and
want to
the,
tell people in closing, um, don't be intimidated. Like I'm gonna make them laugh at this part. There was a time when which one was it, Brian? Where it was with Michael,
Michael, okay, with Chase,
and
yeah,
it was denied, right?
mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm.
got to tell them this part.
Yes,
Denied at first.
initially, correct.
Initially, it was denied. Um, and what was the word Michael said? He's asking for what's the word he used?
Reconsideration,
Consideration.
reconsideration, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And so, and he said, like Mr. Okula, he said, I'm trying to get the panel together. I said, panel? What is- what is-
We're all going out for you, man. We're gonna make it work, Miss Dortula.
He said, you have to. He said, well, not. He said, but I'm telling them to reconsider. And so the only way they're going to be is they want to talk to me. He said, but I'm going to be right there with you. And I said, Lucy, you're telling me I have to present myself. He said, you can do this. You can do this. So, right. So he called, he said, okay, the deal there, I will call you this time. And he said, I'm going to be right there with you because I'm going to be vouching for you too. All right. So when he called, they got me phone and he said, okay, I'm going to get them on the line. He said, you stay there now. Don't you go nowhere. I said, okay. And he's been gone for a minute. Then he said, I'm still trying to get him. And then it must have been about 3 times he came back to tell me. So I think it was about the 3rd time, Brian, he came back. He said, well, Mr. Okula, this is the but he said, they still want to talk with you, but they want me to get off the line. I said, what?
Ah,
I said, no, Michael. He said, do this.
yeah,
They do not want to be on the line. They want to talk to me with nobody.
yeah.
So I did. I gave it as a question. Pretty much, why should they give me the offer? What do I have to offer in reference to my business? I'm gonna make a difference. And one thing that I think that really did it is that they were saying that, well, they're kind of looking because of the background, the history, you don't have the money there or blah. I said, I understand that. I said, but I think that, but it's after listening to your story, you kind of reconsider it. And I said, I appreciate that because you might want to look into your application and, when it's just yes or no, or just put a number. Keep in mind, you're dealing with people and there's a lot more behind it. Yes, no, or just. And he said, you're so right, Mrs. Gibson, because talking to me is the reason why we're going to reconsider between 3,000 or 5,000 instead of 0.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And they grant me 5,000.
Yeah, they chose the highest. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your time. I'm gonna wrap up this video. I think we need to connect. I'm free this weekend. I want to connect again this week. I'll reach out to you so we can schedule another time, so we can talk away from this camera. But
All right.
But,
I'm just
absolutely, absolutely.
well, this weekend is grandbabies.
Okay.
Probably won't be kids.
That's fine. That's fine because we got Thanksgiving next week.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
We'll check it. I'm gonna be checking.
Grandbabies are coming in this weekend. When you have a happy breast Thanksgiving, are you gonna cook a big turkey?
I'm gonna go somewhere. Somebody's gonna cook.
Are you gonna go to your mom?
Of course, I'm gonna go to mom's. I usually go to. I got a few friends that I call mom. I got a lady from New Orleans. She cooked New Orleans food, really good. I got a. I got.
Are you gonna go to your mom?
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to mom, and I think me and mom. I don't know if she's cooking at our house or going to my cousin's house in Tulsa. But yes, I'm absolutely going to mom's house. I'm gonna send you a picture of my mom. Huh?
Does she do the turkey?
She does the turkey, but she's more so the African food. She's gonna do the fried fish. She's gonna cook ugali. She's gonna cook stew. The turkey is just kind of just because we're in America, you know. So we got to have a turkey on the table. You know, sometimes we recruit somebody to do a turkey. Usually when my mom throws a party, she does most of the main cooking, and maybe a few people will bring in, you know, the desserts here and there, and maybe somebody, because
okay, put it this way,
the American food will come, so we can sprinkle some America on the table. That's you know.
Oh,
So, but yeah,
well, thank you for the opportunity.
absolutely.
I receive it as an honor and a privilege.
No, I'm honored. I'm absolutely
So
honored.
what do you do? What do you do with this? How do
I'm gonna put it on YouTube, and you're gonna be famous, and you're gonna you're
Are
gonna
you gonna send me the
I'm gonna send you the link. You're gonna get the link here in probably about next hour or two. It gets done.
You're gonna do it that fast?
Oh, it gets done quickly. It gets done. It gets done.
You are so good at what you do.
It
You are
gets
so good.
it gets done.
So, Brian,
Yeah.
again, you enjoy. Tell your mom hello.
I will.
Maybe she never met. Tell her she had an awesome start.
You're gonna meet her one day.
Tell her I appreciate her sharing you with the whole world.
I told you about our birthday too, right?
When is that right?
Her birthday and my birthday, we share the same birthday.
No, you don't.
Yeah, May 7th. I'm May 7th, 89. She's May 7th, 62. Of course, not the same year, but we share the same birthday. I tell her all the time, I'm that gift that keeps on giving. Okay, so every year, yeah, it's good, but also bad though, because every single year with me and my family, we always, you know, of course, they want to do a party, all right, and mom always steals the show, because of course, you know, all the way down, they even make fun of me when they do the cakes. They get her a really big cake, and then they usually have my cake. You know what I'm saying? So when we sing happy birthday, we gotta sing happy birthday for mom first. You know, like especially like her 50th party, we went all out. You know, so it basically swallows my party. If you understand what I'm saying, my party was a big deal when I was a kid. Okay, so I guess it used to swallow her party, but now they don't care about me no more. It's always about,
Yes, they do. Yes.
it's always about mom. You know, but yeah, we share the same birthday.
Right, that's right. You only have one mom. I have to agree.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again, and I'll be talking to you soon.
All right, bless you now.
Absolutely. You have a good one. Bye-bye. Okay, that right there was Miss Gibson. Miss Gibson, as always, I really do appreciate it. But as you can see, whatever your credit type is, we can definitely help you out. We are more focused on helping our clients reach their goal. Why is my thing so blurry? There we go. Anyway, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll see you on our next one.